Hello everyone, I'm Rennie. Welcome to Luscious Lotus Yoga. In my previous video, I talked about yoga props. So belts, blankets, bolsters, and blocks. The equipment required for restorative practice. At least the equipment that I like to use. So in today's video, what I'd like to talk about is how to make your own props from things that you can find around the house. Not everybody's quite ready to make the investment to go out and buy the equipment, which can be a considerable expense. So let's start with the yoga bolster. Okay, so what you need today to make your yoga bolster, and a yoga bolster is simply a cushion, right? As I demonstrated in my previous video, it's just a round cushion that looks something like this. So what you'll need is a couple of blankets or gather a few towels. And you'll need a yoga mat or two, preferably 2 yoga mats. And so what you'll do is you'll take your 2 yoga mats and place them on the floor, unroll them, place them on the floor, one on top of the other. And you'll begin by just rolling that. Okay, you may notice that these little bulges appear, and so you can just sort of shake them out like this. You may need to tap it as you go. And then you just keep rolling it till you get to the end, and then you may need to tap it down a little bit once it's already all rolled up. And then you'll have something that kind of looks like this. Okay? And once you have that, you can set that aside, and you're going to get out your blanket. So whatever blanket you happen to have around your house, and you want to fold it in such a way that it's roughly the same width as your rolled up yoga mats. Okay, so you'll just place that on the floor and then place your rolled mats right at one end, and then you'll simply roll it up like this. Okay, and then you'll have something that looks like this. So you see the mats inside, and it's rolled inside of a blanket. Now if you wanted to, you could put a couple of elastic bands, one on either end, but it's usually not necessary because there's not a lot of movement. You can just place it on the floor. And as you can see, it's roughly the same size as the smaller yoga bolster. Okay, so another option, if you don't have any suitable blankets at home, so still using your rolled up mats, you can use towels. So you can collect a few towels around your house. So in this instance, I've got 4. So I've just piled 4 towels on top of the other. And so if you don't have 4 towels that are the same size, you'll probably want to put the larger one at the bottom. And then you can just place the other ones on top. Okay? You want to make sure that they're as flat as possible. And then you'll do the same thing here. You'll take your rolled yoga mats, you'll place them on one end. And a standard bath towel is pretty close to the width of a yoga mat. So towels are really a good option. Okay? And then you're just simply going to roll that up like this. And then as you can see, again, you've got this really great size of a bolster to do your practice with. You see it's pretty close, maybe even a little larger than the smaller bolster, which is wonderful. Okay, so that would be how you would go ahead and make your yoga bolster. Okay, and then we're going to go through how to make a block. So this is the most common kind of block. This is a 4-inch foam block, kind of block that you see in most shops. And so if you haven't got around to getting these yet, I'll show you how you can make your own blocks at home. So all you'll need to get is a few books. So here I've got 5 books and a tea towel. So you'll place the tea towel on the floor, like so, and then place the books at one end. And it's basically just like wrapping a gift, right? So you're just doing something like this, covering it up, tucking in the ends, and then if you've got a tape gun, it makes it super simple. And so what you'll do is, pardon the noise, Go all the way around. And you can go around a few times in both directions. Something like that. Okay. And there you have a very rustic, easy to make yoga block, which is very almost identical in size to your foam block. And so for your yoga practice, what you'll need is your bolster, and you'll need at least 2 or 3 blocks. So if you haven't got the foam ones, go ahead and see if you can make 2 or 3 of these blocks using blankets. Okay, and then the next thing you want to be able to do is make a belt. And so, as I mentioned in the last video, this is the typical yoga belt, the kind that I like best, with a D-ring, metal ring, nice and sturdy. So if you haven't got one of these yet, what you could do is use some, whatever you've got around the house that's a scarf, any kind of long scarf. So here I've got 2 6-foot length scarves. So in some of the yoga poses you may only need 1, but in some of them the scarf has got to go around your body as well as your legs. So in which case what you can do is just simply tie the 2 together, tie a knot like that, and then you'll have a nice long bolster that you can a nice long scarf that you can use instead of a belt. Okay, and then aside from this equipment, what you can do is go around your house and see if you can find some smaller blankets, or I really recommend making the purchase and getting a few of these small, super soft, inexpensive fleece blankets. They're really good for propping if you need something underneath your head or propping anywhere else. So just adding a little bit more height anywhere in any of the poses. So I would recommend you had at least 2 of these. And if you don't have the blankets, I'm sure that somewhere on your couch you've got some regular pillows, right? Just some cushions. So if you could collect some of these, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of these cushions, have them handy for your practice in case you need to support your body in any other places. So just to recap what you'll need for your yoga practice, you'll need either a large blanket or a sleeping bag or a comforter or something like that that you're going to place on the floor. You'll need your bolster, either your store-bought or your homemade bolster. You'll need a couple of blocks, so 2 blocks, a belt, and any extra blankets and cushions that you can manage to rustle up. And so there you go, a few simple ways to make your own yoga props at home. I hope you found this video helpful, and I look forward to sharing with you the upcoming series of restorative yoga videos and a 30-day restorative yoga challenge. Have a great day, everyone.